Welcome to the Dangers of Valerian, my fellow adventurer. My name is Model 42 and today, in this new monster guide, I want to introduce you to a cool early game zombie with a lot of flavor to spice up your games, especially if you have a traveling group of heroes. This is the Trailgaunt. Let's go. Legends warn of Trailgaunts, the twitching, rotting corpses of seasoned travelers who became lost on their journeys and died of starvation, thirst, or exposure to the elements. These troubled souls, the tales say, rise at the next sunset as tormented undead, doomed to forever search for the road they lost in life. Always wandering, the Trailgaunt treads the ground over and over until its legs wear down to bloodied stumps. Even then, it staggers on, groaning in constant pain. Consumed with agony and a hatred for travelers of all kinds, they prey on those who, like they once did, stray from their path. Lacking feet, a Trailgaunt is slow but largely impervious to obstacles in its path, shambling at an equal pace through boggy mires, thick brambles, and desert sands. Yet, these horrors come to a halt at the edge of any well-maintained road, which are the only barriers to their endless wanderings, since they can't willingly tread upon the roads that betrayed them. Because so much of Varisian culture centers around travel, Trailgaunts often turn up in their legends. Most depictions of Trailgaunts include Varisian clothing, tattoos, or jewelry, but these undead arise around the world, each bearing the trappings of the cultures they lost. Further north, along the crown of the world, Trailgaunts wail amid howling winds, shivering as they shamble through the snow. Along Garen's Golden Road, Trailgaunts are common sights in the trackless desert wastes, where even an experienced traveler can easily lose their way. To the south, travelers lost in the Mwangi expanse who starve before being eaten themselves become damp, mossy Trailgaunts. While most travelers who hear a Trailgaunt's wail know to run fast and far, some adventurers intentionally seek out these undead. Few Trailgaunts perish with no belongings at all, and many poor souls doomed to this fate were once merchants or adventurers who carried substantial wealth and magical treasure, some of which still might be on their person. It never occurs to these treasure seekers that in their pursuit of such riches they might become Trailgaunts themselves. The level 3 Trailgaunts are medium-sized creatures of neutral evil alignment and have the undead trait, giving them a lot of useful immunities, like death effects, disease, paralyzed, poison, and unconscious. They are healed by negative energy and damaged by positive magic, though they are not weak to it like most undead. Their perception is decent, but they also have an imprecise tremor sense of 60 feet, which is quite helpful as well. They have normal hit points, a basic armor class to overcome, decent saving throws, especially a fortitude of +12, are decent climbers and sneakers, and also have a survival of +10, which might be good to find their bearings and search for the one road they lost. Because of their destroyed, broken or rotten feet, they can only move 2 spaces per stride, but they at least have a burrow speed of 2 spaces as well. They only have one attack, which is a +12 Jaws attack, which is decent for level 3, dealing a nice amount of damage, and also using the ability, Share Pain, that on a successful hit of its jaw attacks forces the target to make a fortitude save against a DC of 20, which should be a 50-50 chance for melee classes. If they fail, they suffer intense pain in their legs and feet and take a -10 foot status penalty to their movement. On a critical fail, this will be -20 foot, though remember that it never can fall under 5 feet. This ability has sadly one problem: it does not specify how long this lasts, but since it says, Share Pain, I would argue it ends once the Trailgaunt that is responsible for this effect is destroyed. The ability has no traits and tags to use, so the DM has to decide for herself what is right in this case. The Trailgaunt also has an aura of 10 feet radius called Pained Muttering, that forces each creature starting its turn in the area to do a fortitude save against a DC of 20, or it becomes frightened 1 by the unsettling mutters and groans of pain. On a critical fail, this will be frightened 2 instead. After that, the creature is immune against this aura for 1 minute. This is actually a very decent aura, making it easier for the zombie to fight and survive. Why this is not a will save, however, is beyond me. The next ability is called Sure Stride, which simply says that the Trailgaunt ignores difficult terrain and greater difficult terrain, never being impeded by the 5 foot or 10 feet extra per space it moves into or through them. Makes sense thematically and is very practical to use in encounters where a fight takes place in such a terrain, impeding the players but not the zombies. Dromophobia, or the fear of crossing streets, means that the Trailgaunt can never, ever, willingly cross a well-maintained road or path, though it can burrow through under it. Should it ever be forced on such a road, it is fleeing until it is not on that road anymore. Really flavorful context, I love it. The last ability is called Create Spawn, and states that each humanoid killed by a Trailgaunt and left unburied out of sight of a well-maintained road will rise as a free-willed Trailgaunt the next sunset. This is really cool and a great tool for the DM. Now we know what this creature can do, but what makes it better than a common zombie? Well, it's the fluff and flavor of the poor, unfortunate souls that died way off-road, not by violence, but sheer and utter bad luck and recklessness, now haunted to search for the road they lost, never finding it, and killing everyone who wandered from the road as well. This is a great way to surprise players while they travel from town to town, especially if they take a shortcut or two away from the roads. Since the Trailgaunts can speak and think, they can warn the players, spread false hope and be a warning sign to never stray from the path. Also, you can easily give them most classes easily, and some very evil or hateful Trailgaunts could use their skills to trap and lure the players into even greater danger. A cool quest hook would be to search for a missing merchant's daughter or son, who never came back from another city. After traveling there and looking up hints and asking people, they might find out that she never arrived, and so they turned back, just to find the person as a Trailgaunt near the road or far from it, desperate and raging, moaning about how she made a grave mistake. The only way to save her now is to end her suffering, which would make for a bittersweet end to the quest. How about an evil witch who uses this undead to punish a nearby town, or just a simple encounter of such a creature, with still enough strength of mind to ask the heroes to end this existence and return his bones to his home, and telling his family that all will be okay, leading into another quest from there. Maybe the players kill a Trailgaunt and find a rare medallion on it that might lead to something, or a key, or a map, or a contract. If you want to use zombies in your game, but you had enough of the normal shambling corpses, then this is a great creature to use, especially because you can easily build it up, connecting it with almost all cultures and heritages of the players, so that they feel a connection. These poor souls, since they are level 3, they are not to be taken lightly by a low-level party. And again, elite adjustments and classes would make sense, though the latter only rarely, since most of these Trailgaunts were normal people and not heroes, though a fallen hero would make for a nice warning, wouldn't it? You'll find the Trailgaunt on page 274 of the third bestiary. And now, at the end of this video, I thank you so much for watching and hope you want to see more content like this in the future. Until then, please leave a like, subscribe for more content, and write me a comment what you think about this creature. Keep to the roads, and we'll see you again.